Welcome children. In our last class we have discussed about the transcription in prokaryotes, and today we will discuss the transcription process in eukaryote. The process of transcription in both eukaryote and prokaryote is same, but in eukaryote there are two complexities. These two complexities are very important from the examination point of view. So let us discuss these two complexities. So two complexities in eukaryotic transcription. Okay, so let us discuss what are these two complexities. The first complexity is that the process of eukaryotic transcription is catalyzed by three types of polymerase enzyme instead of one polymerase enzyme. If you remember, in case of prokaryote, only DNA dependent RNA polymerase is responsible for catalyzing the whole reaction, whole process, and all the three types of RNA, that is mRNA, rRNA and tRNA, are synthesized by the same enzyme. But in case of eukaryote, one of the complexities lies here. The different types of RNA are synthesized by different types of enzymes instead of one enzyme. Okay, so what are these enzymes? These enzymes are RNA polymerase 1, then RNA polymerase 2, then third one is RNA polymerase 3. Okay, so there are three different types of RNA polymerase which catalyze the transcription of different types of RNA. So this is the first complexities. Okay, so now let us see the RNA polymerase 1 transcribes the rRNAs. So it transcribes rRNAs. So what are rRNAs? rRNA are the RNAs, are those RNA which contributes to the structure of ribosome. So it includes 20S, 18S and 5.8S RNA. So this includes 28S, then 18S and 5.8S RNA. Okay, so these are the composition of the ribosome. So they contribute to the structure of ribosome, and this RNA polymerase 1 helps in transcription of rRNA. Okay, so in some book you will also find 5S RNA, that is 5S RNA is also there. The next one is RNA polymerase 2. The RNA polymerase 2 transcribes the precursor of mRNA. Precursor of mRNA, which is otherwise known as heteronuclear or heterogeneous RNA. Okay, or hnRNA, small hnRNA. Okay, heteronuclear RNA or heterogeneous RNA. So this actually later on undergoes processing and that forms the mRNA. So during the transfer of the genetic information, which type of RNA we require? We require all the three types of RNA, but the genetic material is transferred in the form of mRNA. Okay. So next, the last one is RNA polymerase 3. This RNA polymerase 3 is responsible for transcribing the tRNA. tRNA, as you know, it is transfer RNA which transfers the amino acids from the cytoplasm to the ribosome for the synthesis of protein. So the RNA polymerase transcribes tRNA, snRNA, transcribes tRNA, transfer RNA, then snRNA. snRNA means the short nuclear RNA, then 5S RNA. This is a small or short nuclear RNA. Then it also synthesizes 5S RNA. Okay, so this is the one of the complexities that that three different types of enzymes are involved in the process of transcription to transcribe three different types of RNA. Now let us discuss the second complexity. The second complexity is that, I have told you that in case of prokaryote, the transcription unit is polycistronic. That means in between the promoter and the terminator, more than one genes are located. But in case of eukaryote, in between these two, only one gene is present, that is monocistronic. That means it can code for only one polypeptide. Excuse me. So, since it is monocistronic, and besides that, this monocistronic gene that contains the introns and exons, that is coding and non-coding sequences. Therefore, during transcription, this DNA or the transcription unit synthesizes the heteronuclear RNA, which later on undergoes processing to form the mature mRNA, which consists of only exon. Okay, so that is another complexities. So the second complexity is that since eukaryotic transcription unit is having one structural gene with exons and introns. It requires processing to form the mature mRNA by removing the introns. Okay, so this is another complexities, but if this complexity is asked for only 2 marks question, then you will write the previous one, whatever I told, that is the 3 enzymes and their role, then this point. Okay, but if it is asked for your 5 marks, then you have to write the whole process, how it undergoes processing. Okay, so let us discuss how the processing of RNA takes place in case of eukaryote. Okay, so let me tell you here. After synthesis of the mRNA, suppose this is the mRNA, and this mRNA is not the mature mRNA. This is hnRNA, and this hnRNA is having exons, introns, exons, again introns, so on. So to get a mature RNA which can translate protein, we require only exons. Okay, so during processing these exons are removed and the introns are removed and only exons remain, which is the coding sequence, and that can translate a protein. Okay, so this is another complexity. So let us see how the processing takes place. So, processing of hnRNA. Okay. So, this process, I will start from here. That is, as you know, the termination process takes place by the Rho factor. Okay, so suppose here this is the enzyme and Rho factor, as I have mentioned during prokaryotic transcription. तो यहाँ पर आपका क्या रिलीज हुआ है? What is released? The RNA is released. In prokaryote, what happens, children? This RNA which is released is the mRNA, that is mature RNA that can translate the protein. So as soon as the mRNA is released, translation starts. But in case of eukaryote, it is somewhat different. Okay, so what is that difference? Here, whatever RNA is synthesized, that is not known as mature mRNA, rather it is hnRNA, heteronuclear RNA, heteronuclear RNA. So now this heteronuclear RNA, it has as usual the 5' end and the 3' end. So it has exon, intron. So those coding sequences are you can say this is suppose exon, this is intron I, this is exon E, I and exon. Okay, so E for exon, that is coding sequence, and I for intron, non-coding sequence. Okay, so here you can see this is the hnRNA which is having both exon and intron, E, I and E. Okay, now it undergoes processing, and there are the processing includes the sequential steps. Let us see what are those steps. The steps are the capping, tailing and then splicing. What are the 3 steps? The 3 steps are capping, tailing and splicing. Okay, so now we will discuss these three steps, and after splicing the mature mRNA is formed, which is ready to translate the protein. Okay, so let us discuss the steps one by one. So the first step is capping. So at the 5 prime end, what happens? The methyl guanosine triphosphate is added. This is the 5 prime end. Okay, this is 5 prime end. Here methyl guanosine triphosphate. So this is mRNA. Okay, so here methyl addition, what happens here? Addition of methyl guanosine triphosphate. Okay, at 5 prime end. This is called capping. So this process is called capping. This is the first step. So this is the it is kind of a very unusual nitrogenous base, and here we can mention it as MGPPP, मिथाइल गुआनोसिन ट्राइफॉस्फेट. ठीक है, सो ये हो गया 5 प्राइम एंड में. सो कैपिंग मीन्स व्हाट? दिस एंड इज प्रोटेक्टेड, and why protection is required, that point I will be telling you. Then the next point is tailing. Next is tailing. The next step is tailing. So this here as usual the exon, intron, exon, intron and exon are there, and this is the 3 prime end. Okay, so now during tailing what happens? The adenylate residues, about 200 to 300 adenylase residues are attached to this site. So here at the 3 prime end, a number of A, that is poly A tailing. ठीक है. So during this tailing what happens? This is 3 prime end. Now after tailing you will see the structure like this. ये structure आप ऐसे लिखेंगे. Okay, this is 3 prime. This is M G P P P. This is 5 prime end. Then exon, intron, exon, intron, exon. Okay. Now tailing. During tailing, what happens here? A like this. This is the 3 prime end. So what happens here? About 200 to 300 adenine triphosphate, adenosine triphosphate, triphosphate are added. Okay, so why this addition is taking place, and this process is called tailing. First capping, then tailing, or simultaneously both of them can take place. But why this capping and tailing is required? Because see children, in case of eukaryote, the nucleus is there and cytoplasm is there, and both of them are separated by a nuclear membrane. the DNA synthesizes the RNA inside the nucleus, and for processing the RNA requires some time, and during that processing this RNA may get attacked by the nuclease enzyme. दोनों तरफ से उसको nuclease enzyme attack कर सकता है, and again these mRNA may get fragmented, fragment हो सकता है, इसीलिए इसको दोनों एंड से प्रोटेक्ट कर दिया जाता है. ऑटोमेटिकली दैट गेट्स प्रोटेक्टेड एट द 5 प्राइम एंड बाय कैपिंग बाय एडिंग द that is methyl guanosine triphosphate, and at the 3 prime end polyadenylation. This is also called polyadenylation. Okay, so here I am writing polyadenylation. Okay, so up to this it is clear, children? Is it clear? So now I will proceed to the next step, that is splicing. That is the most important steps of processing. So I will take this diagram, and after that I will do that is splicing. So capping is over, tailing is over, and before capping all other processes are similar to that of prokaryotes. Prokaryote में जैसे आपका promoter में attach होता है, then elongation होता है, then termination होता है, all those processes are same. So that's why I have started it from here. Okay, so let us see what happens during splicing. Splicing means removal of the introns. The removal of the intron is called splicing. So the third step is splicing. So let me take this is the RNA. Here M, G, P, P, P is there. Then exon, intron, exon, intron, and again exon is there, and here poly A. Okay, this is the 3 prime end and this is 5 prime end. Now it undergoes splicing. The third step is splicing. What is splicing? Splicing means removal of the intron, because intron is the non-coding sequence. So for this splicing, a specific enzyme is required, that is called SNRNP. Okay, SNRNP, that is short nuclear RNA, that is ribonucleoprotein. Short nuclear ribonucleoprotein. These are nothing but the small fragments of RNA which are complementary to the intron. Is it clear? SNRNP is the short nuclear ribonucleoprotein, which is nothing but a small stretch of RNA which is complementary to the intron. Intron के साथ ये complementary है, ठीक है? So now when this act as catalyst, and now what happens, you can see that there are 2 places where introns are present. Okay, so here you can see, here are the SNRNP. These are the introns which are looped out. So these are the intron, and these are the SNRNP. So since the SNRNP is complementary to this one, so it is looped out and it is removed. It is removed with the help of SNRNP. Okay, so this is also SNRNP. It is removed. Now what are these? These are the exons. So this is the 5 prime end and this is 3 prime end. H, your capping and tagging is that exon and exon. So now this process removal of the intron is called splicing. Now what we will get after the removal of the intron? Intron remove हो जाने के बाद हमको क्या मिलेगा? We will get fragments of exon. We will get fragments of exon. Okay, so these exons, each of them are having 5 prime, 3 prime, 5 prime, 3 prime, 5 prime, 3 prime end. Now you know that the DNA and RNA fragments are joined with each other by the help of ligase enzyme. So here the ligase enzyme joins the exons. ये exon को join कर लेता है and it forms the mature mRNA. Okay, so this is mRNA, mature. This is mature mRNA. Okay, so these are nothing but your exons. So this process is called splicing. So this is another most important complexities that is found in case of eukaryotic transcription. So I think it is clear to you how this transcription in case of eukaryote is complicated. Now what happens to this capping and this tailing? So as this processing is taking place, gradually what happens, the adenine polyadenylation that has been taken place at the 3 prime end, इस एंड में जो आपका बहुत सारे एडेनाइन था, अभी न्यूक्लियस एंजाइम उसको धीरे धीरे रिमूव करना चाहता है और जब तक ये पूरा रिमूव करता है तब तक ये प्रोटेक्टेड रहता है और ये बाहर निकल आता है. एंड देन व्हेन इट कम्स टू द साइटोप्लाज्म, न्यूक्लियस में आपका डीएनए से आरएनए बन गया, एचएनआरएनए, देन एचएनआरएनए प्रोसेसिंग होके आपका एमआरएनए बन गया. अभी एमआरएनए जब साइटोप्लाज्म में आ जाएगा तब क्या होगा, उसका जो मिथाइल ग्रुप है यहाँ पर मेथिलेटेड गुआनोसिन ट्राइफॉस्फेट, ये जो मिथाइल ग्रुप है वो डीमिथाइलेशन हो जाता है और मिथाइल ग्रुप रिमूव हो जाता है. सो दिस इज हाउ द ट्रांसक्रिप्शन इन यूकैरियोट टेक्स प्लेस. सो विद दिस the transcription process in both eukaryote and prokaryote is over. In next class we will be discussing the genetic code. Okay, thank you.